Okay, so Gerald, we have a special piece here that is related to 9/11. Talk about your relationship with the gallery, 143 Petaluma Boulevard North, and this piece, and really what it means to you.
Okay, well, in 2001, it was then called the Circle Gallery, and I was having a show there. And the show opened on September 11th. And the day before, we hung the show. And this piece, of course, had not been made yet. We hung the show the day before, not realizing how much our world would change between then and the next morning. And then after the show opened, I started working with a lot of things about that theme. I'm from New York originally. My father actually worked in the World Trade Center, and a relative of ours, because she was late for work, was saved.
Wow.
Because she came in late because it was the mayoral primary that day in New York. And I started doing a lot of things about 9/11. This is a piece, it's called The City Rises, where I used a lot of the photographs from the newspapers, the New York Times and things, and these are actually forms. This was a piece, I had brought a bunch of these pieces of wood from old tenements in New York out. When I was living in New York, I did a lot of more assemblage without the painting on it, with lots of things that I found around the city. And this was one of a whole series of these that I did. And I went back to New York right after it happened to see what was going on. And these pieces here, the rocks and the cement, these are actually from Ground Zero. I talked to a policeman who was there at the site, and they were still digging at the time. This was just maybe a week or 10 days after. And I told him what I was planning to do, and he went over there and he gave me a handful of these pieces.
Wow.
And then sometime after, we arranged a memorial show at the Circle Gallery, a whole group of the artists that I knew from here, with things relating to what happened, trying to express some of our feelings about it. Quite a few of the artists out here are from New York also. And it was a pretty interesting show, memorial show. I did a couple of large collages with it also. What happened with one of the collages was really fascinating. I had two figures, and in between I had photographs from the wall where people had pinned up photographs of people who were still missing. And somebody was at the show, and he recognized somebody he knew from one of those photographs of missing, and he broke down. So it was very, very hard. And this piece actually works as two separate sections, sort of representing the two towers, and you can move them and put them in different juxtapositions. You can go this way, you can go like this, and then this on the back.